just have to kind of just ignore what's going on in the world, especially in our line of business. The reason why is because if you keep paying attention to that, you're going to find out that it's going to rob you from focusing on what really matters, right?
Right.
Yeah. Wrong group. What I mean by that, I guess I've got to explain myself, is that everything in the world is going through such change at a rapid pace now today, that when you try to measure what's going on by paying attention to the news itself, you're going to get caught up in the whirlwind of what's going on. The truth of it is, in our line of business, or yours, I feel close to you guys because I'm like a life coach, motivational speaker, personal development type of person, and so I think we have some camaraderie. Okay, maybe not. Looking for some heads to go, yeah, so okay, at the same time, in my line of business, I have to stay focused on what's in front of me in this now moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of the changes that are happening in the workforce. I don't know about you, but when I've been a little bit older than most of you, and when I first got into the workforce, I've seen a lot of changes. And throughout history, if you would know, we came out of the agricultural age into the industrial age, and then we moved into the informational age, and now it appears as though we're moving to what we call the conceptual age, if you want to think about that. How many know anything about the conceptual age? Okay, just one person. All right, this guy's on it. See, my grandparents, they made most of their living on the farm. I'm a Hoosier, I'm from Indiana. And I don't know about you, but if you go back to your grandparents, how did they make their living, And then my father, he worked in the factory, He worked for General Motors, and that job is gone now. The factory he worked in is no longer there, they tore it down. Things have changed, and we came into the informational age, where we're basically, we as a people make money off of selling information, right?
Yes.
Your crickets. Yes? Look, folks, this is not TV, it's live entertainment. I'm your only person you can talk to. Are you not agreeing with me? That we sell information. We don't make cars or TVs. I remember working, I was a salesman one time, and I would sell to, one of my clients was RCA TV, and I was at the factory. And I saw 5,000 people lose their jobs and it all became automated. It's all computer now. These little arms that go around and make TV sets and so forth. It's totally changed. That was 20 years ago. So it's changed to the industry. Industrial age is no longer with us today. We're in the information age. Now we're moving into the conceptual age. And that's why you're in this business that you are. This is why you're doing what you're doing, because it's all about conceptualizing and understanding who we are and what it is that we are doing. And we all need help. And you've been trained, and you also have gifts to allow you to be able to do this type of work. And we're going to talk about that today. Okay? Today's vision, tomorrow's reality. Is that right? Yeah. Okay? Now I'm going to challenge you on that. Are you ready for this?
Yes. Ready.
There is no vision without awareness. Better write that down. Because you're not going to remember this later. There is no vision without awareness. Now, are you aware that something in the workforce disappeared about 20 years ago? Something major in the workforce disappeared about 20 years ago. And you know what? Nobody saw it. In fact, even today, people still don't know much about what happened. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's been said that man was cursed and he must work by the sweat of his brow. Well, I'm going to tell you something. That thing that disappeared years ago, watch closely, I want you to see this, I want you to feel this, I want you to hear what I'm saying. Job security. You have within you a wealth of information. And some of you have tapped into that, and that's why you're successful in what you do. But most likely you're not aware of what your gifts, strengths, and talents are. If I were to ask you to write down 5 of your top 5 strengths, gifts, and talents, could you do that for me? I'm not going to ask you to do it right now. But could you do that for me? I'm going to tell you the average person probably could only give you 3. And the reason I know this is because I deal with people on an ongoing basis, especially on a one-on-one basis. I ask these questions. And they don't know. So that's why we have what we call assessments or tools of self-discovery. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Is to be open to these changes and to allow our beings to actually create what it is we want through our intentions. And the intention is this thing where you actually picture and you feel and you hear what it sounds like to have what it is you want. But when it doesn't happen, you look for the next opportunity. And the intentions, the difference between the intention is you only have this intention, you hold it in the now moment. With the expectations, you're projecting your thoughts into the future. And you may not get what you want in the future, but in the intention, you can always maneuver and shift yourself to the next opportunity, to the next now moment. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the fact that we as humans, with our human mind, we get caught up in worrying about the future and regretting the past. And we spend way too much time in both those places. Right? In fact, we end up spending almost all of our time worrying about the future and regretting the past or remembering the past. I know that was just a magic. The point is, the real magic is within you. I want you to bring forth what you give strengths and talents. Figure out what they are within you. Write them down and start using them. Become aware of them. Start focusing upon what they are. Because if this focus is where your hope is focused,